Hi.
Hello.
Welcome back to our Giving Tuesday Odd Marathon. I'm here with Isolde Honore, our San Francisco producer and the inventor and maker of all our amazing Adventure Harveys. Isolde, how are you?
I am doing well. How are you, Trey?
You know, we hit over the $10,000 mark during our last session, and that's our halfway point. So I'm really excited. We're really hoping to hit $20,000 today. You can donate at the bit.ly link that's right over there, bit.ly giving to, or odd giving. Isolde, what did you learn during the pandemic?
I think one of my happy accomplishments, like so many others, was how to do a sourdough starter. So I now have a sourdough starter that is, coming up on its 2-year birthday.
Wow.
So I'm pretty proud of my colony of yeast.
That was also the thing that Christina learned in the year of pandemic.
Amazing.
It is common. It is very popular. Well, today you're going to show us how to build an adventure, Harvey, and we're very excited. So let's kick it off.
Fabulous. To start things off, I want to give a very wee history of the origin story of Harvey. I have been making these since 2015. So I just wanted to share how the idea, how this came to be, and then I will be waving several pieces of fleece at you and sort of go from, here's how we go from this to this in a very rapid cut with no actual sewing, because that's hard to show on camera. All right, so as you know, I am the maker of these little guys. I think to date, I've made well over 1,000 of these. It's been going on 6 years. So let me talk about the beginning. So hopefully you're familiar with our little travel companion and all this antlery splendor. But the idea for this wasn't mine at the beginning. So for years, I had been making little fleece critters. So I have a little narwhal here. So I've been making these as like little stress balls, just little plushies or juggling balls. And in fall of 2015, Arthur Kay approached me and asked if I would be able to make a custom wolpertinger using this juggling ball design. I thought about it and said, oh yeah, okay, it's a little complicated because there's so many, there's the tail and the antlers, but yeah, so as sort of a secret idea, he commissioned me to make a set of juggling wolpertingers for him, and he wanted to gift one to Annetta. And they were absolutely a hit, and people started asking for more of them. So in the fall of 2015, I started making these little guys to sell at merch, and also just another very tiny way to help support Odd Salon and bring in a little bit of wolpertinger size money every show. And then in 2016, in the spring, Annetta asked me if I, as a door prize, would be willing to make a themed wolpertinger. So in April of 2016, for Quest, Captain Harvey was born. So Captain Harvey was the first themed wolpertinger. And this just really kicked things off. And he was absolutely adorable. There was only one of him with a scale brass working telescope that some lucky audience participant got. I'm not sure who received it. If you're out there, please let us know who you are. And from there on, almost every show, I created a themed wolpertinger to go with the theme of the live show in San Francisco. So I have lost count. I don't have all of them. This is just the ones that are in my studio. I'm estimating I've probably made 60, 70, 80 different themes, and then taken a lot of different custom orders as well. So I have lost count, which I've said before. So I'd like to do a very quick demo to talk about what goes into an adventure Harvey and what work needs to go in to go from all of these pieces. If you are a savvy counter, you'll notice there are 19 pieces of felt and fleece that go into this little guy. So I'll show you some of the stages of how I make Harvey. So the first step is obviously cutting everything out, and except for the eyes, I cut everything out by hand. So I watch an incredible amount of TV as I do this, and I tend not to do one at a time because that's just too much work. So I will do an assembly line where I cut out 30 pieces of fleece for the body, 30 pairs of ears, 30 pairs of 10 pairs of antlers to get everything ready. And I do that in stages. So the antlers, so the first stage, generally I'll cut out the antlers and the ears by hand. And then I cut out this little wiggly scallop shaped piece of fleece and 5 of these, where's my camera? There it is. 5 of these little tail plumes. And then, so I put those together, sew a seam on the bottom, put them together, sew a seam on the bottom, and then I get these little parcels. So I have a tail and an antler set. So once I have these prepared and stitched together, then I take the pair of little sort of weird football shaped ones, invert them, pin the antlers and the tail in. So then they get sort of clamshelled inside. And then there is a seam along the top. And then when it pops out, it makes a sort of 3D wolpertinger shape. And then once you have that, you can sew one more on the bottom and you get a wolpertinger husk. This part is, I think, my favorite production part because it's just the most satisfying. So if I'm doing a batch of 10 or a batch of 20, I'll just sew them all so that I'll get all of these little empty pieces. And then a very important process or part of the process is to have a good poking stick. I have a favorite chopstick and a favorite knitting needle, which alas are in the sewing studio, so I can't show you my favorite implements, but you take something long, you grab this, and then you just turn it. So this is, for me, just the most satisfying part when it goes from inside out to pop, wolpertinger shape. So this is what it looks like without the stuffing. It's just the 3 pieces, the antlers, the ears, the tail. And then the tiny hole that was left to turn it, I put a funnel in, pour in about 3 ounces of rice, and then just kind of jab the funnel until the rice gets packed really densely in. So each wolpertinger weighs a little under 3 ounces. And then the hole gets stitched up and you have a wolpertinger blank. So we're almost all the way there, but there's a few stages left. So from this, there is the very important part of personalizing the wolpertinger. And so I cut out these tiny little noses, and I take my hot glue gun and position each nose and try and make it as symmetrical as possible. And then get 2 3/8 black felt circles. I used to cut these out by hand, but then I discovered that you can buy them on the internet. So I saved myself a little bit of time and grief that way. And then I carefully place the eyes. I like to spread them out so there's a little bit of a vacant expression, a little gormless, sweet wolpertinger expression. Those get hot glued into place. This one is glued, this one is not. So once the face is glued, then Harvey gets flipped over and the feet get glued on. So just as a little fleece saving device. So when I cut out the antlers, I'll cut out the sheets of fleece are this big. So I'll double over the fleece, lay a previous pair of antlers on, and then cut out the antlers. And then there's this little chunk that comes out of the middle. So when the antlers are cut out, there's this piece that I cut out of the middle to shape the antlers. And from this piece, I cut out the feet. So it's all hopefully with minimal waste for your wolpertinger. So the little feet get placed on. I hot glue them on. So we are almost done. So once the Once the face is in place, once the feet are in place, then the last step is to place the wings, which again, I cut out by hand, these little shapes. And then I place them, usually right so that they're curved along the bottom seam. Place them there, pin them in place, whip stitch them. If you've attended a lot of odd salons, you've probably seen me hunched over the merchandise table mid-show sewing wings on wolpertingers, because that's very time-consuming. Once the wings have been sewn on, you have a fully realized Harvey wolpertinger. All right. I am very pleased that with the help of our fellow Barbara, we have put together a Harvey map, which you can find at www.oddsalon.com/Harvey-map. And this shows just a few. This is not comprehensive. This is many of the adventures that Harvey has been on. Harvey has been on every continent. Harvey has been underwater. Harvey is hopefully going to make it to space. We're working on that. We're working with our connections. But I believe as part of Giving Tuesday, we will have an Odd Salon shop set up. So you too can order a Odd Salon Harvey companion. You can tag something. You can go to the Something Weird group. You can tag Adventure Harvey on Instagram, on Facebook, and we will collect the pictures and show where our mascot has been. So thank you so much. And I want to thank everyone who's donated already and remind you that we are just at our halfway mark for Giving Tuesday. So at this URL, where's the direction? There we go. You can donate at bit.ly/oddgiving. Please support our project. Please support our wonderful community of speakers and the histories that are yet to be told. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It's so great to have you on stage, and Annetta is making her way over here with a very special Harvey.
So this guy right here is the original that Arthur gave me. He's a little rare. I did travel. He's been around the world. He has this specific Harvey has circumnavigated the globe. He sat on a beach in Thailand. He's been to Copenhagen, been to all kinds of places. And I finally had to retire him for a proxy because I was very sad about messing up original OG Harvey. But my favorite thing about this one that I don't even know if you're aware of, Isolde, is that the way that I could tell the original Harvey from other ones that have entered my life is that one wing is facing this way and the other wing is facing this way.
Completely accidental, but
which is special.
It's special and unique.
Yeah, he got extra wolpertingerness.
Yeah, over the years, there's been a very slight evolution of Harvey. I think you can really tell the beginning and the end, but they got a little bit bigger. I think their antlers got a little chunkier, and also they this little tail guard got put on because we found that the felt pulled too easily from the tail. So
yes,
it's got some minor battle adjustments, but.
Oh, there's Krampus Harvey, which is one of my personal favorites.
That was for Oddments one year, right?
It was for Oddments one of the years. So we're going to launch the Odd Shop with a bunch of stuff for the holidays. We're going to have it live at Oddments on December 14th. And we're going to do our best to launch it tomorrow to be on the website so that people can pick up. We've got a bunch of things, including a very small number of Harveys, because thank you, Isolde. Along with some other things,
as well as grab the Harvey mug and the shot glasses.
Okay, we're gonna show and tell.
We're gonna do a little demo of some of this stuff.
Yes.
So this is the Harvey mug. It's still in its little case, but it is a black, awesome. Oh, and Annetta has hers to demo.
I'm drinking tea.
It's
out of mine.
Oddscon runs on tea and coffee, and we drink it out of this. We also have fantastic shot glasses that have the Plague Doctor Harvey etched onto them, I think.
Just a tiny number of them, and it's probably real hard to see.
Oh, when you did that kind of.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And a few other things. We'll showcase them on Something Weird and on Facebook, and they'll be on our website hopefully tomorrow, but we will tell everyone about it. Thank you, Isolde, so much for jumping in and showing us how to make the Harveys.
My pleasure.
All right, everyone. We'll catch you at the next, which is J.R. Pepper talking about Pigs is Pigs. That one we are not entirely sure on the timing of, but somewhere between 5:30 and 6:30. That will go live. We'll post it to all the places, and we will see you then.
We'll see you then.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thanks, Isolde.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.